This is the Helpful Lockpicker here, and the video I have for you today is on a Schlage Everest. This Schlage Everest uses a different keyway than the one that I'm used to. This one is the C124, and Mark chapter 13 sent this lock out to me, and I was hoping to try to get it bumped open. The key does work very well. The problem is I only had a C123 bump key. So what we were able to do was contact someone that we knew that was willing to help us out and make some bump keys. As you can see, this one doesn't fit. So we took some regular C124 keys and just had them modified down to bump, and we'll see if we're able to use them to get this lock open today. I have a somewhat of an unboxing. I unboxed it on video just a moment ago, and then when I got to the inside here, I didn't realize it had a lot of information on the other side that I didn't really want to put on YouTube at the moment. So I'm going to open this up upside down. We will see. Let's see how many we have. So I think there might be 3 in here. Let's see. Yep, we got 3. So these were just regular C124 keys that have now been cut down to bump, and I will hopefully be able to bump this lock for you in just a moment. Let me just get these unraveled. But I always like having a good collection of bump keys. I find them to be a pretty good tactic to get a lock open, and it has always worked pretty well for me. As you can see on the bow, it says C124. It's cut down to bump. It has the little detent piece. And let's see if it fits the keyway. And it fits it very nicely. Alright, so just bear with me for a moment. I'm going to get this loaded up in the vise, and we will see what it takes to get it open. Alright, we got the lock loaded up on the vise. Here's the bitting on the C124 key, and it operates the lock smoothly. Let's see what it takes to bump this lock open today. I'm going to take this bump key, insert it all the way, pull it out just one click. I'm going to apply some clockwise tension, and I'm going to repeat, hopefully, until the lock opens. Sometimes it can take a few tries. Alright, we got an open. Okay, let's get this lock taken apart now and see what's inside. Just going to get this out of the vise here. Let's see if we can pull the bump key out. Okay, good. So we don't have any of the longest cuts. I think that would be a 9 on the Schlage. You can see that it's perfectly bumped open. Now, to get this lock open, I'm going to need to just take the screw off the back here. And then we'll take a look on the inside. I would imagine it's all standard pens. I couldn't imagine that there would be anything else inside here. A lot of times these are a lot easier to take apart if you have the key on, especially if it were like a Schlage Primus, because that would hold the sidebar pins in. But this one only has one, so hopefully it won't be that big of a deal. It just dropped on the ground, as you can see in front of us. Just gonna grab out some of my pinning tweezers here. So as you can see here, what has fallen out of the plug was the sidebar pin, the little detent. When I say sidebar pin, I do not actually mean sidebar. It's not really a sidebar. It's just a little detent pen. I just sort of misspoke for a second there. I'm going to place that in slot 7, and I will put the little spring there, and let's take a look at the driver pins. Looks like this one is master keyed. We have a regular key pen, and then we have a master wafer. So I'm going to be extra careful now as I take these apart. Okay, that's key pen 4, key pen 5. So far only one master wafer, but it's possible some of them could be up with the driver pins right now. So what I'm seeing now is just 1 through 6, and 1 has a master wafer on it. Now let's see what's upstairs in the Bible, and I'm going to be extra careful to make sure I don't lose any of these master wafers. Okay, so in chamber 1, I'm just seeing a regular standard driver pin. In 2, I have a very thin master wafer and a standard driver pin. They're being a little bit temperamental to get out, so I'm just going to dump them here. There's the master wafer for 2. Let me place that right above that, and let me get that driver pin out. And there's a copper spring from 1. Now chamber 3 has a long master wafer, standard driver pin. 4 has a decent master wafer, standard pen. 5 has a master wafer and a standard pen. And 6 has a master wafer and a standard pen. So here's an example of how having master wafers can make opening these locks up a lot easier, because it gives you multiple shear lines. I essentially picked everything to roughly the key that would have had the longer key pins, which is typically going to be the regular key, because master keys typically come with a key that has the higher cuts with the shorter key pins. That way someone wouldn't be able to cut the key down to a master key. But this lock does have some pretty decent bitting on it. And here's an example of the bump key and the regular key together. I will get up some close-ups of the pinning for you guys in just a moment here. But thank you so much for checking out this video. I will be sending out a couple of these bump keys, two of them to, no, I believe one's going to Mark chapter 13 and one might be going to Nemo Griff on Reddit, and I'll be keeping one myself. Mark chapter 13, thank you so much for giving me a copy of one of these keys. It works very well, and I was glad to check it out for you. And thank you again to everyone for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And as always, have a great day. Thank you so much.